What's up, my veggies? My name is VTR, and welcome back to another movie review. And I'm reviewing a movie that I really should have already reviewed by now, even though I saw it like years ago. But I remember it, not years ago, but about a year or two ago, something like that. Or a year ago, something like that. Something around that timeline. Year or two, something like that. Something in the timeline of the past 2 years. I saw this movie, I believe. And that is To All the Boys I Ever Loved Before. Or something like that. So I remember this movie pretty vividly, especially since also I watched a video on some dude reviewing it recently, and he recovered the whole movie again, and it brought my memory back up to speed. So I figured, since I just reviewed The Kissing Booth 2, literally just reviewed about 20 minutes ago, as of recording this, figured, why not break this movie down? Not break this movie down, review this one. So, I don't know how to judge this one. I enjoyed it for what it is, but it is also a very bizarro concept, which really just feels like pulled out of a teenage girl's diary. Like, legit, it feels that cheesy at points. And the plot is very predictable, and you see the story coming from a mile away. And unlike Kissing Booth, this didn't leave as big as an impact on me, but I was invested 90% of the time, and did want to see the main character lined up in a happy situation. It is good to see some of the characters' interactions. Some is very predictable. Some of the dialogue is just hit or miss. A lot of it's miss, but a lot of the jokes aren't good. There's literally a joke, like I think at the beginning of the movie, I think it was, where I'm just like sitting there like, you really made that joke. That's really cringe. And I like the fact that this is, it's played in a weird way, but also it's kind of realistic a little bit. With me just having finished high school, and I remember all my glorious high school memories. This movie went in directions I was not expecting, to be honest. Well, no, I don't know, no. Scratch that, rewind. It went in all the directions you were expecting. It's pretty generic, but it has its enjoyable attributes. There's some funny moments. I remember one scene where the fake boyfriend, I can't remember the character's names, but the fake boyfriend has an interaction with the dad that I thought was kind of funny. The youngest sister I kind of liked. She was kind of fun and interesting. A lot of this movie, though, just is a reminder, I guess you could say, of Strange Factor, I guess. It's just really predictable, and I guess that's the main way to describe this movie, is predictable. Like, you see the twists and turns, if you can even call them that, coming from 10 miles away. And it's pretty generic, but I do like what it does. And you would think that from the title and like plot that all these boys would come at her and try to get with her. That sounds so wrong, but you know what I mean, from the love notes. But I like the little differences, and the little drama between the sisters is a little interesting, but also kind of expected. But this is a pretty generic teen movie, I guess you could say. It's not as... I didn't enjoy this as much as Kissing Booth, but it definitely wasn't a bad movie. Wow, I'm talking about a movie that they're both on Netflix, and one of these movies, the movie I just reviewed before, was I praised, and this one I'm like, it's just generic. It really was. And there's not much else to say about it. I have to stretch a review to 10 minutes. Great. But yeah, this was just one of those movies that caught me off guard, I guess you could say, because I don't know, just a little bit of it just doesn't. It's not nothing sad. There was some fun moments where like I saw a little bit of myself in the main character. There's the scene where they go up to the ski lodge and they're like, "So what are you gonna do the whole time you're up here?" And she pulls out a book. Well, I felt like I'd be the same way, but I'd pull out my Nintendo Switch or something, which I thought was right beside me, so I was gonna grab it, but I guess it's not. I don't know where that thing is actually. Probably over there somewhere. But today, Junior, I can't talk. But to tell you the truth, the movie is just pretty darn generic for what it is. It has its moments, it has its bad moments, and little cringe moments, but it's enjoyable nonetheless. Would I recommend To All the Boys I Ever Loved Before? Wow, that's a dang massive title. Couldn't it be called All the Boys I Love? That's still that is still a long title. Gosh, this movie has a long title. I thought Harley Quinn's the Birds of Prey had a ridiculous long title. But yeah, this movie has its moments, I guess you could say, but it also doesn't. But I enjoyed it for what it was. It wasn't trying to be anything groundbreaking or anything too dramatic. It's some silly little fun here and there. There's no laugh out loud moments from what I can remember. You might have only seen this once, and it was somewhere in between, sometime in the past 2 years, I watched that movie. And I didn't love it. Well, I had my I'm bored moments in it. Not I'm bored, but like, it's just like I felt this coming, and very predictable plot, and I don't know if the second one's gonna be able to hold up. There is a sequel, and I'm gonna watch it tonight or tomorrow. I haven't decided yet. But the fact that this is just something that's very, very not generic. I wouldn't say it's generic, but I'd say it's very predictable. And I guess my rating, I'd have to give it a 3.5. I'll be generous. It's a 3.5. I'm not going to give it a solid 4, and it definitely doesn't deserve a 5. But a 3.5, I think, is a solid ground for this movie. It's definitely no Kissing Booth. Definitely not no Kissing Booth 2, because I gave that a 5 rating. Gosh, it's weird that I can't really look at these teen movies anymore and be like, I relate, because I'm 19 and done with high school. I'm still in my teens. I have 1 year and I can still say, yes, I relate because I'm a teenager. Even though technically by law I am an adult, but there's still 19 in the name of my age. So I can still put my perspective into these movies and build off previous experiences. Anyway, because a lot of these take place in modern time, and I went through school in modern time, and that makes no sense. Can you tell I'm milking this to 10 minutes? Can you tell? But no, this is a really enjoyable movie. How long am I? I'm just kidding. Not really enjoyable, but it's enjoyable for what it is. And if you're going in expecting something jaw-dropping, don't. You're going to be disappointed. But if you're going in expecting a silly little romance story that's just innocent, and it's like, oh, all those girls are going to wish this was their life and their relationships, and oh boy, can't wait to see where this is going. And if that's your thing and that's what you're looking forward to with this movie, then go ahead, be my guest, enjoy your film. Does my hair need to be parted over that way? I don't know hair. I don't know hair at all. How do you even hair? Okay, I'm gonna leave this here. I'm just spouting nonsense at this point. I love you guys. I'll see you guys later. Bye.